Hi guys, welcome to another Who4 video. You're probably aware that as France, you can start very early war against Germany over Rhineland. I'm pretty sure many of you did that, and it was either a stalemate thanks to the Maginot Line, or you lost, because Germany is simply superior. It has better industry, more population, it doesn't have all these colonies it needs to garrison, it has bigger military industry, bigger air force, more advanced planes, smaller army but way more organized army, and only bad thing it really has is Navy, but who cares about Navy? But today I'm going to show you how you can play as France and defeat Germany, basically in 1937. I'm going to start on regular difficulty and historical AI focuses. Keep in mind that getting the war is kind of RNG itself, so you might have to do some restarts, but it's okay, it's just 2 months into the game. In order to win as France, what you first need to do is to grab your entire air force and just delete it. Deploy your planes like here in northern France. This is just for organization purposes. Next thing, merge your entire navy and send them to like northern France somewhere. First focus you want to pick? Well, I'm gonna go for revive the national bloc. That's because I want to go fascist, and I'm also gonna show you how you can easily go fascist as France as well. As for the research, I'm gonna go for basic machine tools, electronic mechanical engineering, and you can go either for construction, or if you want you can also go for basic small airframes so that you can build some CAS later on. I would recommend you to max out infrastructure in one state, which has level 4 infrastructure. Just don't do it in north past the Calais. I'm gonna do Normandy and also Lille, and after that I'm gonna build military factories there. We don't really have time to build civs, we've got only 9 military factories. As for the production, you're not gonna need any more ships, just produce convoys. You're also not gonna need any trucks. You can produce one factory of tanks though. One factory of artillery or 2 is good enough. You don't need support equipment and just produce guns. Don't bother with the occupied territories and resistance and occupation. Just keep it on military governor. You might think that this is bad, that local autonomy is better, but trust me, resistance will start going up, and as the result, it will blow out of control. You wouldn't be able to actually contain it, and you will have minus 40,000 guns. Next thing you want to do, select your entire army, and as for the 53 divisions that are in France itself, keep them, while these 21, just delete them. Grab every single one, which is this infantry Brigade Coloniale, just delete these 6. Next thing, take all of these infantry divisions, put them in one army, we got 26 of them, and in case you want to produce some support equipment, then you can convert them to this template right here. Otherwise, convert them to Division Coloniale, which doesn't have engineers. I don't know, I don't go for engineers. It's not that big of a difference unless you're attacking, and for the most of the time we will be defending. So I'm going to convert every single one of these divisions to Division Coloniale, and I'm going to delete 6 of them which are low skill. As for these 21s, delete 2 truck divisions. They're good, but you need some trucks for supplies. Also delete all 5 of these tank divisions. They're terrible. There is only one decent one, which is this one right here. It has tanks and motorized, not just tanks, which are almost useless. Next thing you want to do, give these 14 divisions Charles de Gaulle. These divisions can get some other guy. Put these 20 divisions on the Maginot Line, while these guys will have a Faubourg line that goes like this. It has to border north past the Calais, and it would be also nice if you just create an agency at the start of the game. Alright, I think we're set. We can go. Once you max out infrastructure in your first state, just put the construction of factories there at the top, because you want to build those factories. Once you hit 10th of March, or actually 11th, go for the first option. Britain usually refuses. Pick yes, and you might declare war on them. If you end up at war with Germany, what will happen? Your divisions will be magically deorganized, but don't worry, they're gonna be organized back up. And also you're gonna end up in a civil war. Really important thing to note, this is a defensive civil war, which gives you plus 20% war support, which counters the minus 20% you get from an offensive war. What you should also do is instantly hire an operative and send him to Germany. And since our war support is not complete trash, unlike stability and political power, we can do begin rearmament. Pretty decent focus, which gives us 4 military factories. That's really good considering the fact we only got 8 of them. Anyway, what you want to do now is to give these guys a frontline order, and you want to push. However, you don't want to capitulate the communist France. What you really should just do is take Lille and Dunkirk. Don't take Calais, because that's going to capitulate them. But if you take these 2 cities and everything else, you're going to control the state anyway, so you practically won't be at war anymore. You will be, but you'll only have bonuses from it. You won't lose anything. Also, you should grab your air force and assign them to Charles de Gaulle. They will support us in this northern operation. You can also prolong this fight right here, so you can get some more army and air experience. If you don't feel like it, just destroy every single division up here and basically disable their ability to actually fight back. Also, you should not use your navy at all, because some of the navy ended up in the communist hands, and you don't want to destroy your own navy now, do you? You're gonna get it back after the Civil War anyway. If you want to capitulate these guys, it's really important to know that you have to do it before you begin rearmament. Also, one more thing, election. Election usually happens on May, but since you're in the Civil War, it won't happen. You can prolong the election by simply not ending the Civil War, and then by just ending it whenever you want to. Election is gonna happen basically the day later. As you can see, we're winning here. We should be easily able to destroy all their divisions in 1 or 2 months after fighting. Also, assign your guys to the Field Marshal. I'm gonna go for Maxime Weygand, and we're gonna give him organization first, so that way we have some extra reinforce rate. Another thing you should do, but I kind of forgot, you should build some land forts right here. The Germans will basically never attack Alsace-Lorraine because there's level 10 forts here, unless we have no troops there. They're just going to take it. However, we have to make a line behind a Maginot Line, which they will attack. And that's gonna be Nancy Line. I'm gonna call it Nancy Line. It will be this province, this province, this province, and this province right here. These two provinces are critical, especially one where the city of Nancy is. That's because it can be attacked from 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. It's important to protect it and give it at least level 2 forts, if possible even level 3. I'm gonna go for level 3. Go for radio because that gives us reinforced rate, we want that. If this is too hard to win, what you can do is also grab a couple of divisions from here and send them to this front line. Germany will attack Luxembourg at some point, but it doesn't really matter. All they're really doing is having one more province from which they can attack Metz, but we're gonna fall back from there anyway. It's just German AI, they just tend to attack Luxembourg whenever they don't have direct access to the Benelux while fighting France. We began rearmament. The next focus I'm gonna do is ban communism. Yes, we do lose 5% stability, but who cares? Anyway, we managed to take Dunkirk. I'm gonna go for Concentration of Industry 1. And look at that. That's amazing. That's 9 divisions that we're going to destroy. Make sure not to take Allied though. Once you reach this point, stop using your air force. Just move it somewhere like here and don't use them ever again. Just stop them. You have 500 planes, it's better if you keep them. And here we are. We took care of the communist France. I'm going to take all the infantry I took from here before and I'm going to send them right here. I'm also going to put another 5 divisions into training. I'm going to keep my cavalry here because it's pretty weak. As for the other divisions, they will have a fallback line like this. They'll basically be there in case things go south and bad. And now we have to draw a fallback line like this. I'm not going to assign any division to it, that's because we're going to fall them back one by one. Once these divisions are in position, I'm going to wait for them to reorganize. Our land forts are built and we're ready for this second stage of war. What you need to do now is to grab every single division that's left on the Maginot Line, unassign them and give them order to just sit like here. Actually, this province right here is better. And one more thing that you must do, give these guys trucks, give these guys trucks. Check if you have enough trucks. If you don't, delete one more truck division. Here becomes kind of a hard part, annoying part. You have to manually fall back the divisions which have low organization and replace them with ones which have high organization. Also keep in mind that if you're desperately losing at any point in time, you can just select one division, put it in separate army and do last stand. I would recommend you to do that, but if you really have to, just do it. It doesn't matter, you're gonna lose a bit more casualties, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go for improved machine tools, and let's produce some CAS. It's just gonna have 2 bomb blocks. I'm also gonna go for defense turrets with 2 light machine guns. 5 factories will produce CAS. The rest will once again go to guns. If it confuses you, delete the orders altogether so that you can have a better view of what's going on. The first 100,000 casualties for Germany is hell. 100 to 150 casualties is when it's really hard, when you really have to micro and put the game on 3 speed. You can maybe do it at 4 speed, but I would recommend you to do it. Also, I made one small mistake. You should assign all of these divisions to Charles de Gaulle because we want to farm him. Why the hell do we want to farm him? Well, this province is mountains, this province is forest, and these 2 are hills. He can become adaptable easily. And why not have a good general when you can have it? Anyway, look at this. We got only 10,000 casualties from Germany, and they have over 50,000 from us. After banning communism, I'd go for this focus, because we get 350% research bonuses for industry. At a certain point, you'll be able to stabilize these 2 provinces in hills. These 2, however, still will be pretty unstable. Also, I'm going to delete one of these cavalry divisions, so I actually have 24 in the army. But yeah, deploy your CAS, but just make sure you do nothing as well. We just have to keep recycling quite literally divisions right here. As you can see, Germany hit 125,000 casualties. This is the point where micro is no longer so important, but we still have to do it. Mainly this province where Nancy is. This province is kind of stable, and these two already are. Also, if you want to, at this point, you can end the civil war. I mean, you could do it war anyway. Anyway, we're gonna get an election right now, just a day later. And since it's war, it's gonna be a bit different. We're gonna go for the second option, because it gives us stability, it gives us political power, and it gives us fascist support, which we want, and communist support, which we can get rid of easily. That's because we banned communism. Our agent got captured. Well, that's bad, but we can keep going on without an agent. Also, you should check your resistance in the meantime. Did it go up? It went up. So go for martial law. That way you waste the same amount of equipment, but the resistance is gonna either go down or go less up. Also, you should modify this template to remove recon and make it a default template for garrisoning. This way, you should be able to save some extra guns, some extra equipment. Anyway, we got another 5 divisions ready. Let's deploy them. I'm just gonna put in the separate army, and let's just send them right here, so they don't ruin the supplies for the other guys. After this focus, I'm gonna go for the protected rights of the man. At this point, we got 22,000 casualties from Germany, and they got almost 200,000 from us. We're reaching that 10 KD ratio, which is what we want to see. At this point, we should give Charles de Gaulle infantry expert, and as you can see, he just became ranger. It's gonna take a bit more to get mountaineer or hill fighter, but he's eventually gonna get those as well. Now what we should do, I'm gonna take every single division which is not pure infantry in this army. We have totally 9 of those, and I'm gonna take these 5. Let's send them out to Dunkirk. And now I'm gonna take 5 divisions, and they're gonna have a naval invasion order from here to this part of Schleswig-Holstein. We can also go for Hamburg with one of them. Next up, let's take another 5 divisions, and these 5, we have a naval invasion like this. They have to take Kiel and these provinces right here. Usually Kiel isn't guarded, but if it is, we should be able to take it with some last stand force attack shenanigans. Also, there is an airport right here, which when we take, we can deploy planes there and have some air superiority. We can get next land auction. If you want to go for battle plan, I don't want to. I want to go for superior firepower, but I'm not gonna go for it until I get at least enough farm experience to get delay as well. I'm basically going to nerf myself, since only this gives me buffs for attack. I'm gonna rush concentrated industry too, because why not? As you can see, resistance is staying at 2%, which is amazing. And true compliance is gonna go down, but it is what it is. Anyway, these naval invasions are just ready right now. We can launch a naval invasion if you want, but I'm gonna wait until Germany hits 300,000 casualties. We protected the rights of man. Anyway, at this point, we want to go for Freedom Front. But look at this, it gives us democratic and removes fascist support. So let's first do utilize the leaks. Once we finish this focus, the game lets us know that we want to go either fascist or monarchist, and this focus is gonna flip. It's gonna remove democratic and add fascist support. Charles de Gaulle is not so far away from reaching Mountaineer. Once he does, he's also gonna become adaptable. Let's get support weapons 1 at this point. Look at this funny number. Okay, it went away. It's no longer a funny number. Also, it has to be noted, once we do naval invasion, Germany will barely attack down here anymore, because they'll start moving troops up north to defend from the naval invasions and the second front. So yeah, this will be a neglected front line down here. That's why I want Charles de Gaulle to first become Mountaineer, which he just became. And let's go for adaptable. Anyway, we're about to launch a naval invasion. If you can't get Green Sea, going for naval department might help you. Also, having intel network, which I currently don't, might help you. Using planes also might help you. If you do get a naval dominance, instantly launch the naval invasion. After finishing utilize the leaks, go for Freedom Front. And at this point we're barely defending, so I'm gonna go for superior firepower. And here comes the crucial part. It's really important that you grab Kiel. And this province right here. This province is more important than Hamburg itself. That's because there is an airport right here. We did it. We managed to take it. Let's move every single one of our planes up here. They're going to be supporting our troops in the northwest Germany. Alright, we managed to secure this area. Let's put front line right here. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop all of these divisions and put them into the army of Charles de Gaulle. Just make sure they're unassigned so they don't deorganize. Also, since Germany is going to move troops away from this front line, you can grab some divisions, like 7 of them, and send them up here. This is now your main front. You have to fight here, basically. In this case, I managed to encircle 2 of their divisions. I'm going to destroy them. Still, we're going to have aerial issues, but it is what it is. It's going to be at least 30% in our favor. Next thing we need to do, we want to stabilize front line right here by just defending. And now we do a little trolling. Let's just say that. We have to take the city of Lübeck, and it's nice because it's in the eastern Germany strategic region, so we just send our planes here, and all of the planes are basically going to attack here. Once you take Lübeck, we have to take this province where airport is, in Mecklenburg. We usually have at least one division in Rostock, usually they have even more. Simply use the fallback into enemy territory tricks. Anyway, what you're supposed to do is to encircle Rostock, and it's possible, and it's even easy. I do have to admit I made a mistake here for not bringing in cavalry. Usually they make this much easier and much quicker. Once you encircle Rostock, just attack it and destroy divisions that are inside of it. Once you take it, fall back your divisions to fallback line, which looks like this. Make sure you don't get any of your divisions cut off and destroyed. And now all you're gonna do is reorganize and repeat. Basically, now they have 2 divisions, actually 3 divisions in Rostock. Once again, just attack like this, encircle their divisions, destroy them. Also, Rostock is plains province, it's not urban province as it looks like it is. It's plains, keep that in mind. That's why it's so easy to take it. If the enemy divisions are trying to leave Rostock, make sure you pin them and whatnot. And once you encircle them once again, just destroy them. Make sure you're not attacking with divisions that are getting attacked though. You don't want them to reconnect. Anyway, after you finish the Freedom Front, you can just do National Regeneration and go Fascist. You can also do this one and go non-aligned, but you could do that one before. You can do this because we have totally 70% Fascist and non-aligned support combined. And we never even did any of these decisions. Germany just did 500,000 casualties. Nice. I managed to prepare another 3 divisions, which are decent light tank divisions. Let's move them up here. Also, at this point, we could import some oil from the Soviet Union because we need it for planes. You can check here how many divisions Germany has. They should have 33 divisions right now, which is not that much. We could probably even start pushing regularly at this point, but it will be tough. It's better to just keep encircling their divisions here. Also, if you have any cavalry here, it's going to be insanely useful because it's so quick. Rip Amelia, at least crabs are happy. And now we're fascist, just as Japan, Korea, and China. Next focus I'm going to go for is political unity. That will get me rid of the disjointed government national spirit, which is really painful. Also, let's go for state service in the military. Now we get 0.37. We could also went for political loyalty. My spy got oofed, so I'm going to hire a new one and set it here. We took another 2 divisions. We could even push. Yeah, let's actually push. But while pushing, it is really important that we keep encircling them anyway. This is a nice encirclement. Let's destroy it. Another one is Stettin. And we took Berlin, and another 2 divisions are encircled. We can give Hatay to Turkey, doesn't really matter. The next focus I'm going to do is integralism. Look, we're getting more than 1 political power a day. Amazing, right? Another one bites the dust. And yet another goofy encirclement right here. At this point, Charles de Gaulle is skill 7 and he's adaptable. Just so you know, we have an overpowered general. And we can honestly just draw an offensive at this point and attack them. And here we are in October 1937, about a year and a half after we started attacking Germany. We got 121,000 casualties, which is not even that bad. They got almost 1 million. You know you screwed up when Essen is your capital. No longer. Alright, here's a peace conference. I'm just gonna steal the navy. I'm gonna puppet them in every single state. Steal their civs. Steal their resources, why the hell not? And look at this. They got 122 factories. Having pretty much the industry of Soviet Union in 1937 as France. At this point we can do some other funny things. Although the next logical thing will be attacking the UK, since justifying against USA means that they're most likely going to get guaranteed by the UK. Anyway, after you've done all this, I would recommend you to go for Sound Workhorse to actually get some more political power. And once you finish integralism, go for National Integralist. He costs only 75 political power and is basically second Silent Workhorse with some extra bonus stability each week. And you'll be getting like 2 political power a day now as France, just like 2 years later. Anyway guys, that's the guide how we can defeat Germany by attacking them right away as France. And basically a guide how to have really powerful fascist France. You don't have to go fascist, you can go online, you can stay democratic, you can go communist later on. Although that one I think is a bit harder. But I decided to go fascist because, you know, it's really just best ideology in the game. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, see you in the next one, and bye.